Man, it's taking forever to start up. Alright, there it goes, finally. Now let's continue. Okay? I'm gonna go ahead and let my brother speak. Let me let my brother speak.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to continue reading the next page. In the biblical story of Naboth, the queen's name is Jezebel. However, it is important to note that the letter J is new to the English language, having been invented roughly 600 years ago. Its origins typically lie with an I or a Y for Jezebel. In the anglicized transliteration of the Hebrew word Isabel, which is ironically the same as the Latinized name Isabella.
Alright, so let me go ahead and pull that back up so you people can know exactly where he was reading from, okay? Alright, hold on. Now, let's see. I think he might have had a page before this one. Let's go ahead and replay that again, okay? Let me replay it one more time. If I can find out where we started. Give me just a second, people. Alright.
Okay, I'm going to continue reading the next page. In the biblical story of Naboth, the queen's name is Jezebel. However, it is important.
Alright, so yeah. I don't have the next page, okay? I don't have the next page. I think on the video he didn't show the screenshot. He didn't take the screenshot of the next page, so he just goes on to read it. Okay, so I read to you this page on the first video. All right, so now we're just listening, but it comes from this book entitled "What the Old Ones Say." Okay, what the old ones say, and he's continuing. Is this video right here? The Church of Cain, currently Catholic Church, admit to manipulating events for the last 2,000 years. Okay, let's go ahead and play it back.
Okay, I'm going to continue reading the next page. In the biblical story of Naboth, the queen's name is Jezebel. However, it is important to note that the letter J is new to the English language, having been invented roughly 600 years ago. Its origins typically lie with an I or a Y for Jezebel. In the anglicized transliteration of the Hebrew word Isabel, which is ironically the same as the Latinized name Isabella, bride and King Ferdinand of Spain. So we got Isabel, okay, Isabel for Jezebel, and you got Isabella for the bride of King of Ferdinand. So it's like you got the same person, the Isabel or Jezebel and Isabella, same names, same things.
Alright, so let me show you. Alright, so you got Queen Jezebel. Now, as he was saying, that letter J is roughly about 600 years old in the English language and doesn't exist in the Hebrew whatsoever. So, really, that Queen Jezebel would be Queen Isabel. Let me show you an example how there was no letter J. So, instead of the letter J, it was an I. Okay? When you go to Gospel of the Holy 12 or the Gospel of the Nazarenes, let me just go here. Alright, so you see this is an I, not a J. Okay? It's an I. You see, love of Jesus. Alright, not Jesus, but Isus or Isus. Okay? Alright, there's no letter J in Hebrew. Alright, and is pretty new The letter J is new for the English language. All right, so that's what my brother is breaking down and explaining. Okay, so again, Queen Jezebel will be Queen Isabel. Okay, just like here, Queen Isabella of Spain. All right, let's continue.
The Queen of Spain, instead of Isabella, could easily be known also as Isabel, which would be the same thing as Jezebel. Just letting you know that these things are just happening again and again and again.
Yes, history repeats itself. Okay, history repeats itself.
The church wants money, wants the finer things of life. And they have the devil to sit there and give them the means to get it. And this church has been using the other nations, as like a front man to get the things that they want.
And this is absolutely crazy. So this is how the nations, this is how they fornicated with a harlot. Okay? This is how they committed fornication with the kings of the earth.
Now, let me try to see if I can pull up another receipt for this, okay? The committing fornication. Give me just a moment. Committing fornication with the kings of the earth. Give me just a moment. Goodness sakes. Give me just a moment. Let me pull it up. The Confederacy, the Unholy Alliance. I think this might be it. Come on. What in the hell, computer? Come on. Alright, so we got that page. Tiggy, baby, please stop whining. Tiggy. Chill out. I'm working. Shh. Tiggy. Please excuse my cat. Alright. So we're gonna go over a little bit of this. Give me just a moment, people. The Confederacy. Okay. All right. Let me bring you guys over. So we're going to go through a few things here. All right. Let's see. They claimed that we were barbarous nations that they discovered. And yet, to be discovered should be subjected to the Catholic faith in order to propagate the Christian empire. Examples of fornication with the kings of the earth from ancient history could be multiplied, but we need to move on to more modern times. See, they don't want to spend too much time on that. All right? But see, look at this. In 1929, the Concordat with Mussolini. All right. This was in 1870. All right. So you can see how it was absorbed by the new United Nations. All right. We have also noted that the Italian people voted overwhelmingly against the Pope's rule and for the new independence. Let's see. I'm not trying to read all of this, bro. I'm just trying to show you. All right. They have treaties. All right. This concordat made Roman Catholicism once again, by national law, quote, the sole religion of Italy. Tiger, I need you to chill, man. For real. Okay? I'm working, baby. Chill. Be quiet. Lay down and go play with your toys or something. Alright? Neither Peter nor Paul, and surely not Christ, would ever have entered into such an arrangement with any government, let alone with a fascist dictatorship. The Vatican, which claimed to be the true and only church, the bride of the Christ, who said his kingdom was not of this world, was acknowledged once again as a sovereign state, with a status of a secular nation able to send and receive political ambassadors. Tigey. Alright, they seized territories in 1870. Italy paid to the Holy See 750 million lire in cash and 1 billion lire in state bonds. Some of these funds would be used to start the Vatican Bank, now infamous for its corruption. Some would end up in rather strange investments for Holy Mother Church, such as an Italian firearms factory and a Canadian pharmaceutical company that manufactured contraceptives, birth control. There is no doubt that the Roman Catholic Church put Mussolini in power in order to obtain the Lateran Treaty. The Pope required Catholics to withdraw from participation in politics. Many had been socialists, actively opposing Mussolini and his fascist party, and gave the church's backing to Second Deuce. All right. The Pope made public statements so strongly in support of Mussolini. All right. Mussolini is the man sent by Providence, that Catholics had no choice but to support the aspiring fascist dictator. Without that help, Mussolini would not have been voted in, and history might have been much different. Okay, so you can see how the Roman Catholic Church was used to institute these things. Okay. All right. The Jesuits. Okay. These are antichrists. All right. These are holy wicked people. All right. Now I'm gonna. I'm not trying to read out of this. So the Vatican's information was absolutely better and quicker than ours in every respect. The Vatican liaison to the White House, Archbishop, this person here, kept reminding American officials, quote, listen to the Holy Father. We have 2,000 years experience of this. Okay? that the Pope played a key role. Both Reagan and later, this person frankly admitted. A major newspaper article coming out 3 weeks after the Time story reported Pope John Paul II played a major political role in the collapse of communism in Eastern Europe, said this person here. Former leader of the Soviet Union, all right? All right, this person here predicted that the Pope will continue to play a great political role in the current, very delicate transition taking place in Europe. The events in Eastern Europe might not have been possible without the presence of this Pope, without the great role, including political, which he knew how to play on the world scene, said this person here. At this point, we will leave it to the reader to consider the Vatican's motivation in such heavy political intervention. The fact remains that such a role on the world scene, with its unholy alliances, political intrigues, and earthly goals, material gain, would be an anathema to the real bride of Christ, the true bride of Christ, okay? The true holy people that these wicked people diminished and destroyed. And they usurped us, okay? And have terrorized all humanity and all creation ever since. Alright? Alright, once again, achieved the status of, or I can't really read that, right hand man in the emperor, a position which the popes had earlier enjoyed, beginning with Constantine and continuing with his successors. Quote, fornication with the kings after a brief interruption had begun again. Okay? Yes. Alright? Taiki. Chill out, man. The church remained throughout World War II the loyal partner of an oppressive dictatorship which had been only too happy to give the Pope what he wanted, the suppression of basic human rights. With Catholicism now the state religion, religious education was made compulsory in the schools. Teachers and textbooks had to be approved by the church. Religious marriage became compulsory, and divorce was forbidden. Hold on a second. Let me get my cat. Goodness sakes, bro. Alright, so divorce was forbidden. Criticism of Catholicism, either oral or in print, was made a penal offense. Okay, you were not allowed to speak out about Catholicism. You were not allowed to speak out against the Pope. All right, that was a penal offense back then. All right. As Avro Manhattan puts it in the Vatican and world politics, quote, thus the church became the religious weapon of the fascist state, while the fascist state became the secular arm of the church, end quote. No such arrangement with any secular government could be entered into by any other church. All right? I guess they, would say like any other religion, like Baptist, Methodist, Lutheran, etc., right? Even if it so desired. Only Vatican City is capable of spiritual fornication. Well, that ain't true, because it's all the religions, and all the nations that partook And the blessings of this Roman Catholic Church, the blessings of Lucifer, they all committed spiritual fornication. Give me a second. Let me get my cat. He's acting up. So I had to put him on timeout. As a matter of fact, hold on. Oh, goodness sakes, bro. Okay. Now. So, yes. And surely is concordance with Mussolini, later with Hitler, and with a variety of other governments are exactly that. There is simply no mistaking this woman's identity. Alright? On June 3rd, 1985, the Vatican and Italy signed a new concordat that ended, quote, a number of privileges the Catholic Church had in Italy, including its status as the state church. The new treaty guarantees religious freedom for non Catholics and ends Rome's status as the, quote, sacred city. Why so late? Why in 1985? That's 10 years after I was born. Well, 9 years. Yeah, 9 years. All right. The new treaty guarantees religious freedom for non-Catholics and ends Rome's status as a sacred city, but still recognizes the particular significance of Rome to Roman Catholicism. And just recently, the Pope repudiated the doctrine of discovery. Like why all of a sudden now they're trying to slowly back away from all of their atrocities that they've done, and they've done this for 2,000 years, okay, and now all of a sudden they want to slowly back away. No, bro, they about to reap this great destruction that's coming upon them and all nations that have partook of the blessings of Satan, okay. The 1933 Concordat with Hitler, one of the key figures in negotiating the 1929 Concordat with Mussolini, was Solicitor, this person here, brother of Cardinal, this person here, who later became Pope Pius, is that the 7th? The latter, as the Vatican Secretary of State, would play a key role in negotiating the lucrative for the Church in 1933 Concordat with Hitler. One of the benefits of the Concordat was the hundreds of millions, okay? So they were seeking the wealth, all right? Again, they were seeking the wealth, all right? Hundreds of millions, all right? That the Catholic Church received through this here church tax, all right, throughout the entire war. In return, Pius VII would never excommunicate Hitler from the Catholic Church, nor would he raise his voice to protest the slaughter of these people, okay, and what happened to these people, all right, but they were not the original covenant people, all right. These are not the Holy Covenant people. That is not to take away from what happened to them, but it doesn't mean they are the true covenant people. It doesn't mean that they are the biblical people, because what happened to them does not line up with all the biblical prophecies. Okay? Leading Catholic prelates and theologians were ecstatic at the signing of the 1933 Concordat. Catholic theologian Michael Schumes wrote in praise of the authoritarianism of the Nazi regime and compared it to that of the Church. The strong emphasis on authority in the new government is something essentially familiar to Catholics. It is the counterpart on the natural level to the Church's authority in the supernatural sphere. Nowhere is the value and meaning of authority so conspicuous as in our Holy Catholic Church. Of course, that was true. The papacy had for centuries worked in close partnership with aristocratic kings and emperors in the suppression of basic human rights. Basic human rights. It is your basic human right when you're born on the earth to live upon the earth, free and happy, apart from tyranny and oppression. Okay, that's a basic human right. But that was stripped from us, okay, by wicked people. Today, Catholics need to face the fact that the totalitarianism of their church was a major factor in preparing German Catholics to embrace the Nazi regime. Catholic professor of church history Joseph Lortz never tired of speaking of the fundamental kinship between National Socialism and Catholicism, a kinship which runs amazingly deep. All right. So, this is how they committed fornication with the kings of the earth. All right. Hold on. We were reading from this book right here. All right, for those that want to get this book and do a little bit more research. All right, Dave Hunt, The Roman Catholic Church in the Last Days. A Woman Rides the Beast. Okay. The Spirit of Truth is upon the earth. This coincides, okay, the unholy alliances telling the truth about the Catholic Church and the role that they have played in a deception that we have today upon the earth. Okay? Now,
all right? Yeah, the committing fornication with the kings of the earth. This is what happened. This is biblical prophecy fulfilled. The confederacy, the covenant that all of these nations have to make in order to live deliciously upon the earth, while debasing the aboriginal, indigenous seed.
yes, this is Psalms 83. Okay? All wicked people are the enemies of the Great Spirit. This is the confederacy that they have, the unholy alliance. Unholy alliances connects to Psalms 83. All right? The confederacy against the true holy people. Okay? Here's an illustration. All right? The confederacy. All right? The confederacy. The confederacy. All right? They are confederate. These are not the holy people. Okay? The holy people have been taken under captivity by these two people. Okay? These two entities. All right? Please understand what we're saying is way deeper than you can ever imagine. All right? Hold on a second. These people are confederate. All right? They are all confederate. They are all confederate. All right? Do you people not understand what confederacy means? Okay? They're confederate with one another. One second. Even them, the Hamites, confederate with the Pope. Okay? You see the crosses that they wear? Alright? These ain't no holy people. They are confederate with the beast, with the false prophet. They're confederate. This is why the Pope will bow down to them. Okay? These are not the holy people. Okay? They have a confederacy with these people. Alright? So it ain't about skin color. Clearly it's not about skin color. Alright? See this? These are Hamites. Okay? That have a confederacy with the worst of the heathen. Alright? They all have a confederacy against us. Okay? You need to understand this. This is the confederacy. Why the Pope kissed the feet of two South Sudanese warlords? Because they are not our people. Okay? They have a confederacy. Alright? A confederacy. Even some of our own people who are not, we're not Hamites, but, according to the Europeans, we all look the same. Okay? But, I showed this over and over. First Maccabees 1:11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So there is some of our own people, our own bloodline, who chose to sell us out and make a covenant with the heathen. So we cannot go based upon surface level and skin color and nationality. It is about the spirit. It's about your heart condition. It's about your mindset. It's about righteousness or wickedness. Okay? Now, my cat is tripping, bro. We're gonna get to that soon, the apocalypse of Elijah, but give me just a moment. Alright.
Indigenous seed.
Yes, we are the indigenous seed. Let me take that back one more time.
The covenant that all of these
the covenant that all of these nations made, okay? Hold on a second.
This is what happened. This is biblical prophecy fulfilled. The confederacy, the covenant that all of these nations have to make in order to live deliciously upon the earth, while debasing the aboriginal, indigenous seed of the colonized lands. See, when you continue to ignore colonization and how these nations get up on top very high.
Hold on a second before we get into that, because this is their alliance. Okay, they're confederate. You see, some of our own people. All right, and you got the boule. The boule is there to protect the heathens, okay? They made themselves a part of the heathens, and they're there to be the gatekeepers against their own people, all right? So that they can partake of the blessing, all right? Hold on. Let me prove what I say about the secret oaths, okay? Now, let's see. Secret oaths Christians, popes, priests, and or their flunkies have to take. Okay, don't know exactly what book this comes from. All right, I did not take a notation of that, but it is a screenshot from a book that I um, gathered. Okay, so let's see. Let's see here. Now, see, this is a oath that they have to take. So I'm just going to read from here. I do further declare that I will help assist and advise all or any of His Holiness's agents in any place where I should be, in Switzerland, Germany, Holland, Ireland, or America, or in any other kingdom or territory. I shall come to and do my utmost to extirpate the heretical uh, Protestant or the Messianic doctrines, and to destroy all their pretended powers, legal or otherwise. I do further promise and declare that notwithstanding I am dispensed with to assume any religion heretical for the propagation of the Mother Church's interests, to keep secret and private all her agents' counsels from time to time, as they entrust me, and not divulge directly or indirectly by word, writing, or circumstances whatever, but to execute all that should be proposed, given in charge, or discovered unto me by you, my ghostly father, or any of this sacred order. I do further promise and declare that I will have no option or will of my own, or any mental reservation whatsoever, even as a corpse or a cadaver, but will unhesitatingly obey each and every command that I may receive from my superiors in the militia of the Pope and of their version of Jesus Christ, the Antichrist, that I will go to any part of the world, whithersoever I may be sent, to the frozen regions north, jungles of India, to the centers of civilization of Europe, or to the wild hunts of the, they called us barbarous savages of America. You see this? You see this? They they slander us even in these books, all right? Or the wild hunts of the barbarous savages of America, without murmuring or repining, and will be submissive in all things whatsoever is communicated to me. I do further promise and declare that I will, when opportunity presents, make and wage relentless war, secretly and openly, against all heretics, Protestants, and Masons, as I am directed to do, to extirpate them from the face of the whole earth, and that I will spare neither age, sex, or condition, and that will hang, burn, waste, boil, flay, strangle, and bury alive these infamous heretics, rip up the stomachs and wombs of their women, and crush their infants' heads against the walls, in order to annihilate their execrable race. So they're talking about us, all right? I have a book entitled American Holocaust, okay? And that it goes into some horrific things that they've done to us. It describes how they ripped up our stomachs and tore the babes from out of the wombs and dashed their heads against the walls. That's in the Dogs of the Conquest as well. All right, I got many historical records that back up this, and it's also scripture. All right, this is biblical prophecy that was fulfilled against the holy people in these lands, in all the lands that were colonized. All right. Then, when the same cannot be done openly, I will secretly use the poisonous cup, the strangulation cord, the steel of the poniard, or the leaden bullet, regardless of the honor, rank, dignity, or authority of the persons, whatever may be their condition in life, either public or private, as I at any time may be directed to do so by any agents of the Pope or superior of the Brotherhood of the, quote, Holy Father of the Society of Jesus. This is a society of the Antichrist, all right? The true disciples of the true Messiah don't do shit like this, okay? This was only allowed for a period of time. All right. Let's see. Hold on. The 60 righteous ones who are prepared for this hour will hear, and they will gird on the breastplate of the Great Spirit, and they will run to Jerusalem and fight with the shameless ones, saying, all powers which the prophets have done from the beginning you have done, but you were unable to raise the dead, because you have no power to give life. Therein we have known that you are the son of lawlessness. See, when it talks about the righteous fighting, we fight spiritually with the word of the Most High, that living word by the way of the Spirit. The lawless one will hear, and he will be angry and command to kindle altars, and the righteous ones were bound. We were lifted up and burned. They did this in their inquisition. And when they did that, they were able to stamp out a lot of the truth, okay, and bring about their great deception upon all humanity. Bring darkness, death, and destruction upon the earth. In Massey, okay? It began with the Greeks and continued with the Romans, all right? And in the revived Roman Empire even, okay? They've been doing the most, okay? But they were able to bring about when they brought about their revived Roman Empire, by then they had already did their Inquisition, all right? They already did their Inquisition all over the earth, and even when Christopher Columbus and all the Spaniards came here in 1492, the late 14th into the 15th century, they had their Inquisition over here as well. Okay, so they had ample time to destroy and crush and just obliterate the holy people, obliterate our memory, who we were, and everything, in order to bring about this great deception with their revived Roman Empire that we were all born into. Okay? But now is about to be our redemption and the judgment of the wicked. All right? And on that day, the heart of many will harden. All right? So there were a lot of people in the Inquisition that seen what these wicked people did to the holy. All right? And this is what they're going to say. On that day, the heart of many will harden. And they will flee from him, saying, this is not the Christ. The Christ does not kill the righteous. He does not pursue men so that he might seek them, but he persuades them with signs and wonders. All right, so I don't really like what they said about the hearts hardened, but no, because the hearts didn't harden. It was just the fact that their hearts were shocked and dismayed. Like, oh my God, they come in, they say that they're coming in righteousness. They're draped in robes of benevolence, but yet they do great atrocities, great horrors, okay? And many people seen this. Now, and we've been living this, okay? We've been living in a whole freaking illusion, all right? Christianity has been portrayed as if it's benevolent, but it was spread by way of the sword, okay? And to this day, it's a white supremacist religion, okay? I don't care what people want to think. I don't care what you want to believe. You Christians think that you have replaced the true holy people. You think you have replaced, you think you have usurped the indigenous seed of the promised land and all the lands that were colonized. You have not replaced us, okay? Christianity is replacement theology. All right? You have been deceived. Now you have an opportunity to be grafted into our family, but you have not superseded us. All right? You cannot replace the natural branches. Now on that day, the Messiah will pity those who are his own. We're in this time right now. Our power is turning back to us. All right? Soon to come, he's going to send 64,000 angels. All right? And they got chariots. Okay? Today it would be known as UFOs. Okay? The sound will move heaven and earth when they give praise and glorify. Now those upon whose forehead the name of the Messiah is written, and upon whose hand is the seal, both the small and the great, will be taken up in these chariots and lifted up before the great day of wrath. Okay? Yes, that's coming, but way before this come, we gonna be free from the hand of our enemies. Yes. All right? This is skipping a whole lot, all right? This is at the very end, all right? Then Gabriel and Uriel will become a pillar of light, leading them into the Holy Land, okay? Now, this is a set-apart land. This is going to be a land set apart from what we know today, okay? Possibly a land that will be risen up out of the waters, out of the seas, okay? I don't know for sure, all right? I don't know for exact sure, but there's going to be a place for us to go while the earth is getting birthed into a celestial kingdom, okay? We ain't going to be here to witness the destroyer of the Gentiles, okay? It will be granted to us to eat from the tree of life. We will wear white garments, and the angels will watch over us. We will not thirst, nor hunger for anything, nor will the son of lawlessness be able to prevail over us. All right, we're going to be set apart. All right, and on that day the earth will be disturbed, and the sun will darken. See, the righteous is going to be taken away from this. See, this connects to pray that you will be spared. Worthy to escape. Pray that you are worthy to escape. This connects to this. All right, pray that you are ready, bruh. You know damn well this is not what I want. Be watchful for the day, okay? For it will come upon all who dwell upon the face of all the earth, those that are remaining, okay? Because only the righteous are going to be spared, all right? Only the righteous are going to be shielded. We're going to be beamed up into the chariots, okay? And taken to a safe location, all right? The vine and the elms that have chosen out of their free agency to join with us, okay? So keep watch at all times and pray that you may have the strength to escape all. It's not strength. Our strength is our power, all right? To escape all that is about to happen and stand before the Son of Man, all right? Account it worthy, all right? Account it worthy. Watch therefore and pray always. Keep your heart pure, okay? Keep your conscience clean, okay? And pray always that you may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, okay? Because the destroyer of the Gentiles is coming upon the earth. You don't want to be upon the earth when the destroyer of the Gentiles is coming, okay? No, you don't want to be on the earth when it's getting ready to go through its birthing process into the celestial kingdom. All right, because it's going to be destroyed pretty much by fire. All right, now so all of those that are on the earth during that time, they gon' bruh. I can't tell you exactly how horrific it's going to be. All right, but you can just imagine. the destroyer of the Gentiles and all those who are cleaving to the Gentiles and their unholy alliances. Okay? It will be granted to us to eat from the tree of life. We will wear white garments, and the angels will watch over us. All right? We will not thirst nor hunger. All right? Nor will the son of lawlessness be able to prevail over us. And on that day the earth will be disturbed, and the sun will darken, and peace will be removed from the earth. All right? When the holy people are removed from the earth, those of us that are walking around peaceful, see, we're going to be removed. We're going to be spared. And when we're taken away, guess what? All the angels that have been serving all humanity because of us being here on the earth is no longer going to be serving the wicked upon the earth. Let's keep reading. The birds will fall on the earth dead. The earth will be dry. The waters of the sea will dry up. The sinners will groan upon the earth, saying, quote, what have you done to us, O son of lawlessness, saying, I am the Christ, when you are the devil? End quote. You are unable to save yourself, so that you might save us. You produced signs in our presence until you alienated us from the true Christ who created us. Woe to you, because we listened to you. All of this time I've been here trying to tell you people that you have been subtly deceived by the lawless one. But you want to listen to the itching ears doctrine. You want an easy route. You don't want to go within and deal with your inner demons. You don't want to walk in obedience to the eternal law of love, life, and purity. You find any excuses to hate people. Hate is not of the Great Spirit. It's of the adversary. War is not of the Great Spirit. Physical war, taking up carnal man-made weapons, is not of the Great Spirit. So you can think you're righteous all you want. But if you're carrying man-made weapons, taking your life in your own hands, that means you are not trusting in your Maker. You're trusting in your own carnal strength. And you're thinking like a heathen. You're not thinking like a newborn creation of the Great Spirit. Your mind has not been renewed. You have not been given a new heart. You are just like the freaking world. Okay? I'm sorry that is a hard message. Alright? But you're listening to the wrong people. If you're carrying a man-made weapon, understand, he that live by the sword will die by the sword. There is no justification for spilling blood. There's no justification for hatred whatsoever. Psych yourself out all you want. But we were given instruction in the beginning, and that instruction is never going to change. Love the Most High with your whole heart, mind, and soul, and love your neighbor as you do yourself. On these two commandments, laws, instructions, hang all the law and the prophets. You can't keep something as simple as this, but yet you're keeping all of these other man-made doctrines and laws and philosophies. You're missing the basic principle of love. And you are going to reap what you sow. Okay? Look, now we will die in a famine, where indeed is now the trace of a righteous one, and we will worship him. See, I don't want no damn worship, neither did the Messiah want worship. We always direct our worship to the Great Spirit, the eternal living power. Or where indeed is the one who will teach us, and we will appeal to him. It's going to come a point in time where it's going to be too late. We're here now, giving you an opportunity. But if you choose to spit on us, you choose to turn your nose up at what we've been given to speak to you, understand it's as the days of Noah. And when the doors of that ark closed, that was it for the wicked. You ain't gonna be delivered. Now indeed, we will be wrathfully destroyed because we disobeyed the Great Spirit. We went to the deep places of the sea, and we did not find water. We dug in the rivers and papyrus reeds, and we did not find water. Then on that day, the shameless one will speak, saying, quote, woe to me, because my time has passed by for me, while I was saying that my time would not pass by for me. See, the adversary think he got eternity, but he gonna be stopped. He's gonna be put to shame. Okay? And all those who chose to follow in his plan, you're gonna be put to shame as well. And then you're gonna be mad at the lawless one. You're gonna be mad at him. But we tried to warn you. Okay? We tried to warn you that you choosing the wrong side. But you want to look at me like I'm nothing. It's okay. I'm going to continue to endure till the end. My years became months, and my days have passed away as dust passes away. Now therefore I will perish together with you. Now therefore run forth to the desert. Seize the robbers and kill them. He's still trying to give orders. He says, bring up the saints, for because of them the earth yields fruit. Because of them the earth yields fruit. For because of them the sun shines upon the earth. For because of them the dew will come upon the earth. The earth was made for our sake. Hold on. Give me a second. For our sake was the world made. For the sake of the righteous, not the wicked, who steal all the freaking resources for their selfish gain. 2nd Ezra 6:59. If the world now be made for our sake, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long, O power, shall this endure? And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have been repudiated as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and devour us. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn and thy only forgotten, thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sake, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? Come on, bro. Really? Why y'all gotta mess with me, bro? Come on. Come on, bruh. Okay, well, next chapter. Alright, I'm not even trying to go into all of this, bruh. But we know that the wicked is not going to have eternity. See, and okay. Hmm. 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 Hold on a second. Yes. Alright, so then Ezra is saying, O Lord that beareth rule, thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous should inherit these things, but that the ungodly should perish. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, and hope for wide, for they have done wickedly. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide. See, right now, there is a remnant upon the earth of the holy people who have been suffering all of these things. And we have not received the abundance of the good things yet. And he said unto me, There is no judge above the Most High, that eternal law, and none that has understanding above the highest. For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of the Most High that is set before them, that eternal divine law of love. For the Most High has given us a commandment to such as came, that they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Put out nothing but positive energy. Refrain from putting out negative energy. Don't do things to other people or other beings that you would not want done to yourself, so that eternal law of reaping the things that you sow will be in your favor for good and not evil. Okay? God dang it! Why is this so hard for people to comprehend? If you choose to do righteousness, then you don't have to worry about punishment. Okay? The only time that you gotta worry about punishment and judgment is because you are breaking the eternal law. Okay? Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him, and imagined vain things. They're doing it to this day, making any and every excuse to hate people, to not walk in love toward their neighbor as they do themselves. They deceive themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and don't know their ways. That he is not, and know not his ways. All right? You get people blaspheming the name of the Most High. You get people blending both good and evil and putting that on a deity, claiming that is the almighty power. You have deceived yourself. For good and evil don't come from my power, only good. And the adversary only portrays himself to be good, but is evil. They are not one and the same. You must separate good apart from evil. His law they have despised. They denied his covenants. In his statutes they have not been faithful and have not performed his works. Instead, they performed their own works so that they could get material gain. They labor in vain because none of that is eternal. Now, you wicked people are gonna reap what you sow. You made your heaven on this earth at our expense. And so you're gonna reap all the wickedness that you have sown toward us. And that is gonna be righteous judgment. Alright. So you see this. For because of us, the earth yields fruit. For because of us, the sun shines upon the earth. For because of us, the dew come upon the earth. That's what the lawless one is saying to the people, commanding them to try to find us and seize us and kill us. The sinners will weep and they will reply to him, you made us hostile to the Great Spirit. If you are able, raise up yourself and pursue them. Then the lawless one will take his fiery wings and fly out after us. And he will try to come against us again. All right? And the angels will hear and come down. All right, now this is, again, the celestial beings are not going to be engaging in no physical war. All right? But the terrestrial beings will engage in physical war. Okay? They will make sure that the holy wicked of the terrestrial kingdom will not overpower us. Okay? Yes, they will be you. Do you not understand that the Great Spirit allows free agency? Okay? There's different levels of the kingdom. And everybody has free agency to do what they want to a certain degree. Okay? Now again, the celestial beings are righteous. Therefore, they don't shed no blood. The celestial beings don't do to anybody anything that they would not want done to themselves. But the terrestrial kingdom, those that belong to the terrestrial level of the kingdom, they keep balance, okay, between righteousness and wickedness. They're the ones that's in between, okay? So those of the terrestrial kingdom will be kept at bay by the terrestrial kingdom, okay? Understand, there's different levels. All right? So they're not going to be able to get at us, okay? It will come to pass on that day that the Most High will hear and allow the heaven and earth to go through its great wrath. Allow the destroyer of the Gentiles. All right? And that is that fire. All right, the earth is going to be purged by fire this time, and that's the destroyer of the Gentiles. And the fire will prevail over the earth 72 cubits, okay? It will consume the sinners and the devils like stubble. A true judgment will occur, all right? On that day, the mountains and the earth will utter speech. The byways will speak with one another, saying, You have heard today the voice of a man who walks, who has not come to the judgment of the Son of the Most High. The sins of each one will stand against him in the place where they were committed, whether those of the day or of the night. Those who belong to the righteous and will see the sinners and those who persecuted us and those who handed us over to death in our torments. Then the sinners in torment will see the place of the righteous, and thus grace will occur. In those days, that which the righteous will ask for many times will be given unto us. On that day, the Great Spirit will judge the heaven and the earth. He will judge those that transgressed in heaven, so all the angels that transgressed in heaven, and those that did so on earth. Okay? He will judge the shepherds of the people. He will ask about the flock of the sheep, and they will be given to him without any deadly gall existing in them. Okay? That's all I'm going to read of that. All right. Now, this is the apocalypse of Elijah. Okay. Understand that all of this was allowed to happen for a reason, people. And we are reaching the consummation of it. Okay. You wicked people were given ample opportunity to do righteousness, all right, and as of today, you still have a genuine opportunity to humble yourself like a child, unlearn what you've been taught to believe, and relearn via the Spirit of truth. Okay, why is it that my life is lining up with the Scripture? Okay, Matthew 10:22. All right. You shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end is the same that shall be saved. Okay? You see this? It is not me that speaks, but it is the Spirit of the Most High which speaketh within me. All right? So you don't truly hate me. You hate your maker. You hate the Spirit of truth. You hate your conscience. All right, that's why you tuned out your conscience. All right, but your time is running out because now you're hearing your conscience through the despised of the earth. Okay, those who the people of the earth despise. All right, the rejects of the earth. You're hearing the truth of the Most High. You're hearing your conscience through us. And this is why you hate us. But it means that your time is quickly running out. Okay? Now, let's continue.
See, when you continue to ignore colonization and how these nations get up on top very high, and how we came down very low, you keep ignoring that because to deal with that would bring you face to face with the real reality that we are not who we have been told we are. And the nations and the Europeans and the Gentiles, the Caucasians, the pale-skinned people who act like they're the bringers of civilization and, the ones that established, all the knowledge and, the scientism and all of these things, they are actually the destroyers of civilization. Okay? I am sorry to be the one to, break this news to you. But this is absolutely true. Okay? Now this is not to say that all Europeans are evil and that all Europeans, have done this. No. But as a whole, okay, who is the richest people upon the face of the earth? They are all Caucasians. They are all pale-skinned people. Who is the richest family in all the states right here in the United States? It is all Europeans. It is all Caucasians. And ain't none of them the indigenous seed of this land. But the real indigenous seed of this land are impoverished with absolutely nothing physically. But we have been awakened spiritually to give you this word by the way of the Spirit, to give you a divine opportunity to humble yourself like a child, unlearn the wisdom of this world, and relearn via the Spirit of truth. Because you have come to the end of your rule. Whether you want to believe that or not, it matters not what you want to believe. You got two options. Only two. Stick with the lies that you've been taught all of your life, or humble yourself, subdue your ego, and relearn via the Spirit of truth. One leads to life everlasting. One leads to destruction. Okay? One leads to life everlasting and the other leads to destruction. There ain't no in between. Shalom.
Alright, so there you have that. The choice is yours, people, because righteousness is not forced. The Great Spirit does not force you to be righteous. There's an eternal law in effect, and there's eternal time intervals, okay? There are time intervals that have been playing out, and whether you want to realize that we've been living in the times of the Gentiles or not, it matters not what the hell you want to believe. I know for a fact what time period we've been living in. So you want to continue to ignore us to your own detriment? That's your choice to do so. Okay? I'm sorry for the loud noise right outside my window, bruh. I don't have no control over these people and the lawn, the time that they choose to do the lawn, alright? Frankly, bro, I am really tired of the Gentiles having possession, alright? I'm tired of the heathens having possession and dominance over the earth, alright? The children of light have been enduring. Let me go ahead and get the hell up off of here, bro, because that noise is really annoying. Shalom.